Hey everybody, welcome to Wacky Wednesday number 30 on the Leek. I'm John as always, and today we're going to do something wacky. We're going to play Lock It In. We're going to draft some Dragon's Fate. That's not too wacky, but what we're going to do is we're going to first pick the best card in the pack. Doesn't sound wacky yet, but that first card in the pack is going to determine the only color of card that we can draft if it is available. So if I first pick an awesome white rare, I'm going mono white. If I first pick an awesome red rare, I'm going mono red. There's the off chance there could be a dual color rare. If there is, we'll address that when it happens. I will probably just lock in on those two colors guaranteed, which makes a slightly less wacky draft. So let's hope for a mono-colored rare. But that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be locking in and marrying ourselves to that first pick. Something you shouldn't do, but, you know, it'll make a consistent deck at least. So I'm going to jump into this draft queue, and I'll see you guys once we're ready to lock it in. All right, hey everybody, we're in. Luckily, we don't have the awesome multicolored rare. We also don't have an awesome monocolored rare. We are not taking that, so let's see what the best card is. Well, Ultimate Price is jumping out to me, and not a single other thing is, so I think we're going to take Ultimate Price. I'd love to see this Aven come back around, but I don't think it's gonna. And I guess the only other black cards are Wandering Tomb Shell and Hedonist Trove anyways. Artifacts are going to be pickable, even though they are not going to be black. I don't think there's any I want to pick, but that option remains there. But so the rule is, if there is a black card in the pack, I must take it. Ideally, that's going to result in us having a mono black deck. If it doesn't, you know, if there's no other black cards in the pack, I can take another color. But I'm going to push. I'm going to try to be just a mono black deck, I guess. I don't know what that looks like in Dragons of Tarkir, but Ultimate Price. So we've got an Acid Spear Dragon, a Coat with Venom, a Silumgar Butcher. Well, those are all options. Those are all totally playable. The Acid Spear Dragon's the weakest, I think. The Butcher, I think, is the strongest. The Butcher's going to require creatures to exploit. But we'll probably pick up some Shambling Goblins and stuff, I suppose. So, yeah, let's take the Butcher. Coat with Venom is our pick. There's also an Evolving Wilds, but you don't need Evolving Wilds in a monocolored deck. But let's take that coat. Ambuscade Shaman, defeat Sibsig Icebreakers. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to grab enough dashers for this Shaman. So perhaps defeat is what we take. Shaman would be the slightly more fun pick. But I really don't know how many dashers I'm going to get. Let's go for the fun pick. Plus it's a creature, and we're going to need creatures. Hand of Silumgar or Butcher's Glee. I think the hand is better. Again, going to need creatures in order for combat tricks to be playable. And it's a solid creature, so let's pick it up. It's not terrible so far, surprisingly. We got a Duress or a Sibsig Icebreakers. I don't want to play either. We have an Ancestral Statue as well. What is that one? Enters the battlefield, return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. You control. For a 3/4 for 4 with a downside? That's pretty bad. So we've got Icebreakers, which is a creature, or Duress, which I don't really want to play. But maybe I need to, because we're going to be mono black ideally. So yeah, let's take it. Shambling Goblin, that's what I wanted with the Butcher and any other exploiters that we get. This deck's going to be awful, but it's going to be fun. Dutiful Attendant. Well, that can do some fun things with exploiters if you get a couple of them and start doing wonky stuff. Or even with Karsi High Priest, it can be really fun. But yeah, let's take that because we have to. The absolute worst thing would be if we have a black drafter to our left or our right, and we end up with some packs where we just stop getting black. That would throw a wrench in the plans, unfortunately. But 8 picks in, and, you know, I'm not super happy. I've been purposely not looking carefully at the other cards, just so I don't feel sad about what we're passing. Well, that Hedonist Trove came back around, as did a Wandering Tomb Shell. I feel like Trove would be awful because we're not even going to have the colors to cast anything that we might get out of it. So I think we have to take the Tomb Shell. Yeah, not the best, but we're at the end of the pack anyways, so that's what you got to expect. Well, here we are with our first non-black pack, so we need to take sort of our hedge color. Could be red with the Aspirant, or white with the Dunecaster, but I guess we'll take the Aspirant, but we're going to try not to be another color. Of course, there's no red or black here, so, I mean, we aren't going to play any of these, so I guess let's take the Student. But we got 9 cards out of pack 1. If we can get 9 cards out of pack 2, and then a few others, well, 10 cards actually, we should be okay to do a mono black deck. Won't be good, but we can. Yeah, Sipsig Icebreakers, get in, but I will look to replace it. Let's get rid of the Crotic. Definitely been out of draft the past couple of weeks. Just been busy with some other stuff. And I'm curious about this segmented Crotic and how it's been doing. I saw a lot of people say at the beginning of the format, you know, this is Woolly Loxodon basically, and Woolly Loxodon was so good. And I don't know about that. It's pretty expensive for what it is. But yeah, I'm definitely curious to see if that's being played. Given that I got it, what was that, second last pick? Yeah, second last pick, I think. I imagine it must not be doing that great. Another Sipsig Icebreakers. I don't want to play 1. I certainly don't want to play 2. But let's hope that pack 2 brings us some good stuff. It doesn't bring us a rare. Ooh, Scion of Ugin looks really cool in that art there. It's much more... Oh, I see what's happening. The art is being zoomed in for some reason when it's not zoomed in. And then you zoom in and it shrinks a bit. Anyways, black, we've got Grave Purge. Wow, this is the least black pack I've ever seen and the most white I've ever seen in a pack. That's crazy. So we could take the Scion. It's technically not our color, or it's technically no color. So I mean, it could fit. I don't know if we need a 6-drop 4/4 flyer, but maybe we do actually. And it's probably going to be better than Grave Purge. So let's take it. I talked myself into bending the rule. Wow. Another extraordinarily weak black pack. Single black card. And our opponent took a common? Maybe they took a Flatten or something? But I mean, they could have taken a Pacifism, or there's a few other things they could have taken. Or it could have been a foil. But yeah, all we've got is Mind Rot, so Mind Rot it is. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening. We're going to need some black cards in these packs. Well, hey, here's some black cards. They're not great, but here's some black cards. We've got another Butcher, another Goblin, Virulent Plague we're not going to take. Well, we're going to take it when this pack comes back around, unfortunately. Don't want the duress. I guess we'll take another Butcher, and then hopefully get the Goblin back around. Seems like the pick. Well, there's a Dasher and a Creature, and we don't want the duress, so pretty happy to take that. Briefly thought Magic Online froze on me there for a second. Didn't want to start double-clicking everywhere. Well, the deck is something. I can say that much about it. Well, we've got a Self-Inflicted Wound if I thought I was going to go up against green-white. And it's not a bad card. There is also a Butcher's Glee. I almost want to take the Self-Inflicted Wound just for the sideboard. We may not get another Butcher's Glee back, but I feel like there's other cards that could hopefully be better than it anyways. But yeah, let's take the sideboard Wound here. Well, there's that Acid Spear Dragon I passed. Well, not the same one, of course, but the one that I didn't take earlier. Another Hand of Silumgar as well. I think we'll take the Dragon just to be another quote-unquote win condition, or at least a Wacky Wednesday win condition, because we're going to need stuff for the later game if we get there. I would like that hand, but no luck here. And we can pop him down to the 3-drop slot, actually. So no black cards here. We've got another Scion. I guess we take it. I guess that's part of the rules. I guess if there's a colorless card and not a black card, we take the colorless card. Don't think I want to play 2 of them. Another Duress or another Icebreakers. I'm not going to play either. So let's Duress, I guess. Let's also throw away one of those Scions for now. And let's very optimistically throw away both of those Sibsigs. So I need 9 cards in the next pack in a little bit. That'll be fun. Well, that Grave Purge came back from that pack that I took the Scion in. So we'll take it. It's not the best. Custodian of the Trove, I guess. I don't know what purpose it would serve in our deck, but in it goes for now. Well, there's another Goblin, which is fine to go with our Butchers, I suppose, and we don't want Duress or Virulent Plague. Sure, let's take our 3rd Duress, our 2nd Wandering Tomb Shell, and a Virulent Plague. Well, we've got 18 cards. I'd like to replace the Custodian, both the Tomb Shells, probably the Ambuscade Shaman if we don't get a bunch of Dashers, maybe the Grave Purge. But it's actually not awful. I've seen worse for sure. But let's see what Fate can do for us. Well, Fate did something pretty good for us. We got a Palace Siege, which we are certainly taking. There's also a Reach of Shadows, which I'd like to see come back, but probably won't. Unfortunately, coming back around, we're going to have Vengeance, and that's it. But Palace Siege is very nice to see. Well, there's a Black Dasher, and we're not going to take the Sultai Rune Mark, so let's do that. Hopefully that Palace Siege just makes everything better, but we'll see. What do we got? Fearsome Awakening, Sultai Emissary, Alicia's Vanguard. I'm pretty happy with the Emissary, I think. Probably get that Vanguard back around. I feel confident enough to throw away that Trove. Reach of Shadows, another Emissary, Vanguard. I think we take the Reach here. Let's throw away another Tomb Shell. Let's get optimistic. Well, we don't have any black here, unfortunately. We've got a Hero's Blade, which I guess we're going to take. I don't think we're going to play it, though. What is it, 4 to equip? Yeah, that's expensive. We'll take it, but I don't think we're going to play it. Another Vanguard. We've only got 1, so yeah, let's take another. And Sultai Rune Mark is obviously not very good for me. I'd really like to see 3 more cards, but we're getting pretty late into this pack. We may have to play some subpar stuff. More so than the subpar stuff that we are playing anyways. No black at all. So we could take Harsh Sustenance. It's technically black, but I don't think we're going to play it. Another Sultai Emissary, sure. Totally fine. 2 more cards, come on. Maybe get that Reach of Shadows back around that I passed in pack 1. There was another black card in that pack. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was the Ancestral Vengeance, right? So that's probably what we'll see. I think next pack? Yep, there it is. Ancestral Vengeance and no Reach of Shadows. So we're going to have to take it and probably play it. At least the double black is totally meaningless to me in this deck. So I think we're probably done on getting playable cards. So we're going to have to ask ourselves, what are we going to throw in to be 23? Perhaps just a Wandering Tomb Shell. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Because I don't really want to play another Duress. Yeah, you know, this deck is something. Probably not many words that I feel comfortable saying on this channel. It's something, but who knows? Maybe we'll get some awesome cards back around that we've already seen and I can't think of offhand. Well, we got a Sultai Rune Mark. You know, I'm not getting the second ability off of it. It could just be a +2/+2 aura, but I don't think that's worthwhile. Fearsome Awakening. Probably just not worth playing. Although I could maybe get back Scion somehow, or Acid Spewer. I mean, we have to take it for the rule, but... Ooh. Didn't expect either of those to exactly come back. Yeah, let's take an Emissary and throw away a Tomb Shell. And then we're just into garbage here. So yeah, I could try playing Fearsome Awakening. Get back a creature, ideally the Scion or the Acid Spewer Dragon. But that means I would have had to have already played them and had them die in order to actually get that to happen. And that seems pretty unlikely, so let's pitch that. Sultai Rune Mark, go away. So yeah, here's our mono black deck. All based on that pack one, pick one that I can't remember offhand. What was pack one, pick one? Oh yeah, Ultimate Price, yeah. Pretty fantastic first pick, actually. And boy, did we lock it in. This is our mono black deck. I don't want any of these cards that are sitting here. We'll remember that we have Self-Inflicted Wound for when we come up against green and or white. And that's about it. So add basic lands. Pretty easy to calculate. 17 swamps. And that's our deck. I'll see you guys for round one where we see how it goes. I don't have huge hopes, but it's Wacky Wednesday, and this is what we do here on Wacky Wednesday. But I'll see you guys for round one.